feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Brian Giles with Brian Giles MTG, and we're here with Murders at Karlov Manor spoilers. Now, I thought I had made a video of the uh, of the original spoilers, but evidently I had not. So we're going to start off here and quickly breeze through the basic lands, and then we have the showcase lands, which are really I really like the looks of the showcase lands. They kind of have this kind of city feel to it. Then we have the surveil lands. Starting off with the underground mortuary, you can tap a red or a green, and enters the battlefield tapped. And when it enters the battlefield, you surveil one. Undercity sewer is the same thing, which you tap a blue or black, and it enters the battlefield tapped. And when it enters the battlefield, you surveil one, which means you look at the top card of your library and they put it into your graveyard. Same thing with Thundering Falls for blue and red. Shadowy Backstreet for white and black. Raucous Theater for black and red. Meticulous Archive for white and blue. Lush Portico for green and white. Hedge Mage for green and blue. Elegant Parlor for red and white. And Commercial District for red and green. Okay, starting off with the original first spoilers of Alquist Prost, Master Sleuth, a white and blue and one for a 3/3 legendary human detective. Vigilance when when he enters the battlefield, you investigate, which means you create a clue token, which is an artifact. You pay 2 and sacrifice it to draw a card. You can pay 2 blue, a white, an X, tap him, and sacrifice a clue and draw X cards and gain X life. Then we have Wojek Investigator, which is an angel. For a white and 2, you get a 2/4 angel detective. It has flying and vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, investigate once for each opponent who has more cards in hands than you. So again, a card designed especially for Commander. We have Novice Inspector, which is a white mana for 1/2 human detective, and enters the battlefield and investigates. Okay, clue token. Then we have a return of Classic Shock. Red mana for an instant reads, deals 2 damage to any target. I didn't read this, the flavor text until recently. So she realized that she could not, in fact, handle the truth. You can't handle the truth! We'll call back to another, mystery type thing. This is Aurelia. Return of Aurelia. Aurelia, the law above. A red, white, and 3 for a 4/4 legendary angel. Has flying, vigilance, and haste. Whenever a player attacks with 3 or more creatures, you draw a card. Whenever a player attacks with 5 or more creatures, Aurelia the law above deals 3 damage to each of your opponents, and you gain 3 life. She's going to be fun to play with, for certain. Then we have Rakdos, Patron of Chaos, because Rakdos. So he's a Black, a red, and 4 for a 6/6 legendary demon with flying and trample. So he's flammable. And beginning of your end step, target opponent may sacrifice 2 non-land permanents. If they don't, you draw 2 cards. Hoo-ha! So when he gets out, things can get nasty. Oh, it's the end of my turn. You need to sacrifice 2 non-land token permanents. And if they can't, well, you draw 2 cards. Especially if they have no creatures out or, any other permanents out. Then we have the return of Lightning Helix for a red and a white. You get an instant that reads, deals 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life. Hoo-ha. We have Fanatical Strength for a green and 1. Instant that reads, target creature gains +3/+3 and gains trample till end of turn. Yeah. Meddling youths. Ruby Roo. So for a red, a white, and 3, you get a 4/5 human detective with haste. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, investigate. So this fits well in the Aurelia deck. Hoo-ha. We have Gleaming Gear Drake. So is it for blue and red? You get a 1/1 artifact creature Drake. Has flying. When you enter the battlefield, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Gleaming Gear Drake. So you take your clues and you give him +1/+1 counters. Hoo-ha. Next up, we have Demand Answers. So a red and 1 for a instant that reads an additional cost, cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact, or discard a card, and you can draw 2 cards. That's not bad. Card drawn red is always tricky. Next up, we have Deduce, a blue and 1 for an instant reads, draw a card, and investigate. So you get a card draw and you get a clue token. So card draw and more card draw. Let's trying to fix my lighting here so you can actually see stuff. Then we have Burden of Proof, which is a blue and 1 for an enchantment aura. Has flash. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +2/+2 as long as it's a detective you control. Otherwise, it has power and toughness 1/1 and can't block detectives. So it really plays into, the detectives, and we've seen a few already. Then we have Topiary Panther, so another plant creature. So a beefy 2 green and 4 for a 6/5 plant cat with trample, and it has basic land cycling for a green and 1. So you can pay a green and 1 and discard the card and search your library for a basic land card and put it into your hand and shuffle. So yeah, more searching. We have Out Cold for a blue and 3 instant. This spell can't be countered. Tap up to 2 target creatures and put a stun counter on each of them and investigate. That sounds fun. Just freeze your opponent's creature and and it bypasses ward. So yeah, excuse me, that could be absolutely fun. Hotshot Investigators. So a beefy blue and 5 for 4/4 Vidalcan Detective. Hotshot Investigators enters the battlefield, turn up to one other target creature to its owner's hand. If you control it, investigate. So if it's your creature, you can create a clue token. So they're a little expensive, but okay. Then we have Benthic Criminologist, which is a blue and 4 for a 4/5 Merfolk Wizard. When they enter the battlefield or attacks, you may sacrifice an artifact. If you do, draw a card. So if you don't have the mana to pay for your clue token, but you want to draw a card, you just sacrifice it, and you can get card draw off of them. So yeah, that sounds fun. Then we have Curious Cadaver for a blue and a black and 2. You get a 3/1 zombie detective with flying. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, you can return a Curious Cadaver from the graveyard to your hand. So he can come back. And we have the return of Magnifying Glass, which is 3 mana for an artifact that reads, tap it, add colorless mana, or pay for, tap it to investigate. Create a clue token. So, hoo-ha. Then we have stuff that's going to be part of the the clue the Clue game set, which means you can play Clue with these cards. So we are getting the Shocklands again, and a lot of people complain about them because we just got Shocklands again in Ravnica Remastered. But these are special and are only found in the Clue set. So we have Steam Vents, which is an island mountain. You can enter the battlefield. You can pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. Now we have unique cards to represent the characters of the Clue set. So Senator Peacock is 2 blue and 3 for a 3/4 legendary human advisors. Artifacts you control are clues in addition to their other types, and have pay 2, sacrifice this artifact to draw a card. Whenever you sacrifice a clue, target creature can't be blocked this turn. So she has an interesting ability to make other artifacts into clues. Then we have part of the clue game itself, the dining room, the clue locations, which are clue lands. They enter the battlefield tapped, and for this one, you tap it to add a red or a green, or pay 4, tap it to investigate to create a clue token. Then we have one of the weapons, which is lead pipe. It's a clue equipment. It gives the equipped creature a +2/+0, and when a equipped creature dies, each opponent loses a life. You pay 2 and sacrifice it to draw a card, just like you would a clue, and you can equip for 2. Then we have Not on My Watch. You can exile target for a white one. You can, an instant says you can exile target attacking creature. That's fun. It's nice attacking removal in white. And then, as I explained in later videos, exiling is going to be a part of stuff. And we see the Kaya's there. And so next up we have Crashing Footfalls. This is one of the special guests. So it's a sorcery that has Suspend 4, pay a green, rather cast this card from your hand, pay the green, exile it with 4 time counters on it. Beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter when the last counter is removed. Cast it without paying its mana cost. And when you cast it, create 2 4/4 green rhino creature tokens with Triumph Hole. So that's it for this video. I've explained the beginnings of this, and the next video will start with the next parts of the main parts of the spoilers. So we'll see you on the next video.